It's polished up. We filled in some of the bigger chips on the soundboard with some stain, and we're ready to start putting the guitar back together. Jeff is over here disassembling and cleaning up the tuning machines. He already polished the tailpiece, got many years of tarnish off of it. So once those get cleaned up, we can put them back on the guitar. We also need to make a pickguard for it. So I've got a shape here that seems to match what I'm seeing on the internet for L48 guitars, and I've got some pickguard material here. It's laminated, so it's a black, white, black. So I will use this to make a new pickguard. Pretty hard to mark on this black material, especially with its clear plastic coating. So the way I usually do this is to use some masking tape to cover the area that I'm going to be wanting to use, and then I can mark right on the tape. If I made a lot of these pickguards, I would have a wooden template that I could use with the router table to make a bunch that were all the same, but this is kind of a one-off pattern, so I will cut it out on the bandsaw and then shape it, refine the shape by hand. Now I'll use this spindle sander to refine the outline of the pickguard. So now I can take the tape off. Now I'll use this razor blade to just chamfer an edge and expose a little bit of the white layer. Aiming for about a 45-degree angle with this. The beveled edges look a little bit dull compared to the shiny surface, so I'm going to just do a quick polishing on the buffing wheel before I mount the pickguard to the guitar. And there go the shiny tuners back on. Wow. Tuners are on, and the tailpiece is on. So we are ready to put the strings on. Bridge will sit right about there. Yeah, it's gonna slide around for a while, and we'll position it the right place once the strings are on it. Yeah, that other bracket is much too tall, so I'm going to use this one I will have to drill a new hole. This bracket is a little bit longer than the original, and if I use this hole it just raises the pickguard too high. So I'll put a hole right next to the one that's already there. Just put a little piece of tape on there to help me see on that dark surface. Now I'll just chamfer that hole a little bit with this reamer, and the reason I do that is it keeps the lacquer from chipping as the screw goes in. Then the last thing to do is put a couple drops of acetone based glue on this block that's in here, and then push the pickguard back down, and it'll be all set. I'm going to put down a piece of paper in case I slop any glue. Don't want it getting on the surface of the guitar. So a little bit of Ducko cement. And there we go. So I'll wait about a half hour for that to set up nicely before I do anything. Well, the pickguard winds up being a little bit floppy. Every time you hit it, it's gonna bounce a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take this little piece of ebony that I've stuck some felt furniture pads to, and I'm going to glue this to the pickguard right at this corner, and that'll keep the whole thing from moving around whenever somebody uses it. So I'll get that glued in there, and then I'm done. So here it is then. Not exactly restored to original condition, but certainly fixed up and quite playable. Has a great sound. I'm really impressed with the bottom end especially. I mean, just really nice. So the back still has just a slight dip to it. Not like that soup bowl it was when we started. Hard to see without the reflection of the light, but anyway, it's solid again. All the braces are reattached, remade or reattached to the back of the guitar, and new frets, and there it is. So another project done.